Before we start, I just need to take a moment to say thank you to each and every single one of you. We managed to get over 400 views and 10 new subscribers on my first video. My mind is simply blown. I had no idea I would have reached such numbers just after my first video, but it has, and I'm so grateful for all of you for choosing to follow me in my journey of becoming a game dev and coder. This is just the start, and I can't wait to keep learning and sharing my journey alongside all of you. Now, if anyone is new here, firstly, welcome and thank you so much for joining. I'd love to hear everyone's feedback on how I could improve, whether that's my videos or the route I'm taking to learn coding and game development. Now, moving on with the video. These past few days, I've been busy. I done some research and thought, why not learn some basics from Unity itself? Now, if you're completely new to this, like me, I'd advise you to take a look at some of these courses that I'm about to show you. I also decided to use AI tools to help me create some tilesets, but we'll go into that later, and you're going to want to see how that turns out. This is the first tutorial I did on Unity, and it's definitely one I advise, for the noobs like myself of course, to do, as it shows the basic commands for Unity and how to essentially maneuver your way around it. I'll just show you a few glimpses of what to expect from it, but if you want to really go into it, I'd advise you to head over to Unity Learn and check them out. This is the second one that I decided to go with, simply because it kind of matches the aesthetic of what I'm trying to make. It's a 2D kind of top-down RPG, game, and this was actually quite fun to do. I'll show you the game itself as well. It's actually a pretty cool game, and I really enjoyed kind of the graphics of it, the health bar, the kind of the UI, everything, the enemies. It's quite basic, obviously, but well, I couldn't make it on my own right now, but it was kind of a good introduction for me. I haven't actually completed this tutorial yet, but I probably will by the time I make my next video, which would be on a Saturday, by the way. Now, in the next part of this tutorial, you focus on the character, the movements of it if I'm not mistaken, but before that, I would really advise also for any new beginners such as myself to go ahead and do Unity Essentials. It's super useful. It doesn't really go in depth with everything, but as you can see there under the skills you will learn tab, it kind of does go through a lot of the important things for game development, obviously, and coding as well. This is actually where I ran into my first issue problem. I was getting these warning messages, or these error messages, whatever you refer to them as, and I obviously just didn't know what it was and how to get rid of it. So I decided to reach out to my good old friend ChatGPT to give me a hand. Literally just copied and pasted the error and asked ChatGPT to literally translate it for me and how I could get rid of it, and it did just that. After following ChatGPT's instructions, I simply restarted Unity and it was smooth. No more error messages, and yeah, that's also another thing I would actually advise for people that are new. Use ChatGPT, and obviously once it explains, I guess you would have a better understanding of what the issue actually is. And from the previous tutorial, I actually got redirected to this tutorial just to kind of refresh your mind, or if you're literally new to scripting, which I am, to kind of have a look at this and you get a better understanding of it. I actually ran into some problems here which I haven't been able to fix in, so I will be asking anyone's help. If you have some advice on how I could fix this, like for example, as you can see, obviously I'm not getting any of the debug messages or anything. I literally have no idea what to do. I looked up on the messages on the tutorial. I followed some of their advice and nothing. In the end, I just gave up on that, so I carried on with my other 2D tutorial, and following some instructions, I came up with this code, and my character can now do this. Nice. Now here comes the part you've all been waiting for. So over the past few days, as I was working on obviously the tutorials, I came up with the brilliant idea that no one else could have possibly thought of, to use AI to create some new tilesets for me. Now I've been thinking about making my own tilesets, but I'll get into why I haven't gone along doing that myself. Now this is how it all kind of played out with asking AI to create it for me. Well, I asked ChatGPT to actually word it for me because they can be quite descriptive. They literally bring your ideas to life. And I used Microsoft Designer to actually create the image itself. And gathering my last 2 brain cells, I managed to find exactly where I'm supposed to write in the description. Drum roll, please. Yes, this was very beautiful artwork, but it's not quite what I needed. Simply because I will be making a top down, obviously. That's just not going to work, so I asked ChatGPT to refine it, and that's exactly what happened. This is what I got this time, and yeah, it was pretty good. It was looking good. I took it over to Aseprite, which is another tool, really useful for pixelated arts, but I needed to scale it down because it was too large to actually, well, I don't know how big of an image you can take over to Unity, but I needed to scale it down for the tiles itself, and I went from GIMP to Photopea, I think that's how you pronounce, and I went to work, started preparing everything to get it ready to put as tiles, and this is what I got. Amazing. Simply amazing. It failed pretty bad, yeah. That was no good for me, so I literally had to get thinking, what am I going to do? I want to create my own tileset. So I thought, why not just go onto Aseprite and make my own tileset. Nothing wrong with this, right? What's the worst that could happen? It's almost like I completely forgot how bad of an artist I am, so this would be my tiles for the grass. Yeah, just get rid of it, I don't want to see it. Once again, had to go back to the drawing board and think, what could I do now? The only other thing I thought was literally to try to use other images, maybe to inspire me, I can copy it somewhat and obviously change it into my own thing. Good, right? Wrong. Absolutely not. That would have gone awful again. There's just no hope for me at this point. I literally suck at art. I can't code. I can't game dev. What am I gonna do, right? Up until Pixel Pete. I came across this guy based on a friend's recommendation and some of my own research, and he's actually awesome. I'll be practicing using his videos and literally every day until I'm a lot more confident, which I don't know how long that will take, but you know, I don't need to rush. I'm happy. I'm enjoying myself at this pace with literally everything I'm learning, and I have you guys with me. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. But that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope you guys subscribe, like, and obviously I would love to hear your comments on literally anywhere I can improve. I would really appreciate it, and obviously, as I said, I've got a video coming up on Saturday, so keep a lookout for that, and thank you.